Gopher tortoise, Gophurus polyphemus. It's the only tortoise species in the eastern United States. They spend much of their lives in elaborate burrows that they dig themselves, which are also made home by hundreds of other species of animals. Burrows provide gopher tortoises protection from predators and fire, and also keep the temperature and environment inside more consistent for a safer and less stressful existence.
Hello, I'm Nash Turley, and we are here in Central Florida with a gopher tortoise burrow. You can recognize gopher tortoise burrows as a large hole in the ground with this big sandy apron in front of it. These are made by a long-lived and large-bodied native tortoise that lives here in Florida. And these holes can go down 50 feet long and down to 20 feet deep.
Where does one find a gopher tortoise?
Gopher tortoises have very specific habitat requirements, and they actually prefer open habitats like this, which are often maintained by frequent fire. And these habitats tend to have a few numbers of trees and a diverse assemblage of understory plants, which serves as the food for gopher tortoises. But when people come in and manage habitats, they often tend to suppress fire. And you end up with habitats that are more closed like this. And you get broadleaf trees coming in, oaks and other trees like that, and you get a shady habitat that gopher tortoises just don't like. So one of the most important ways to manage for gopher tortoises is to burn frequently.
How common are gopher tortoises?
Gopher tortoises are actually quite rare, largely because of a loss of a habitat. And because of that, they're protected in Florida and listed as threatened nationally.
What if someone wants to build or develop on land where gopher tortoises live?
Anytime there's going to be habitat where gopher tortoises are, or they think they might be, it's necessary for someone to go out and try to find all the tortoises that might be there. And if they locate one, they have to dig it out of its burrow and move it to a new location. But as you might imagine, digging a gopher tortoise out of a 50-foot long burrow is not particularly easy. So every burrow that's found, they have to stuff a long pole into it and try to check if there's a tortoise down at the bottom of it. And if there is, they have the pole down there and they take a backhoe to dig it all the way out. So it's an extraordinary amount of work. But hopefully this means these tortoises will do well when they are relocated to a new habitat. And in the long term, that'll help increase their numbers.
How are gopher tortoises able to dig these burrows?
Gopher tortoises have a number of adaptations to burrowing in the ground, and a lot of them are in their front legs. They have these huge wide front legs with big spikes and claws on them that are great for digging. It's true in gopher tortoises and in a lot of other animals. They call these fossorial legs, which means specially adapted for digging. Now these legs serve a second purpose, which is if they're scared, they can pull their head inside their shell and they can pull their legs in front of their head, so they're completely armored from anyone that would want to attack them.
Well, there's our brief overview of gopher tortoises. We hope you learned something and you enjoyed it. If so, follow Naturistic for updates on future videos, and we will see you out there.